I'm falling asleep.
I bet. I bet. Good evening, Australia.
And very good morning, Texas. You're like really bright and early in the morning.
Oh, it's not bright yet, darling. It's still
It's really
dark
interesting.
outside.
Is it?
It is very
It's really
dark.
interesting when we try and do 3 different time zones. Like trying to find a time to suit is pretty tricky.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, for any of us. Well, today on our little show, if I spin the globe, tell me where it's going to land today, Chris.
Well, it might land in Malaysia.
Perfect. I would love that. So,
Awesome.
who do we have from Malaysia? Would you please introduce our guest?
Well, we have an amazing iridologist called Lynn, and also her other name is Olive But I met Lynn a few years ago. Lynn, if you want to just put your video on.
Sure. Hi.
Good morning. Well, good evening to you.
Good evening.
No, good evening.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. 7 p.m. in Malaysia, 10 p.m. in Australia, and 6 a.m. in Texas.
Yes.
All in the same day. Normally we're a day ahead of you,
yes,
Kathy, but today we're all in the same day.
Yeah, the same day. That's
what do you know?
Perfect.
But I met Lynn maybe like 5 or 6 years ago in Malaysia, and she's been an IIPA instructor for a long time, and she was amazing at her IIPA exam, and she's translated the IIPA exam into Mandarin, and she teaches in Mandarin and English, and she's just amazing.
Yes.
So this is Lynn.
Yes, and we IIPA is so grateful to have you as part of the IIPA family, because you're just extended to Malaysia, and we're wanting to spread iridology completely around the world, and we can't think of anybody else any better than to get it out but you. So we're so grateful. We're so grateful for you.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thanks. Well, I'm still trying to wake up a little bit. So on our program, what we would like to do is ask you some real simple questions. And we don't spend a lot of time. Our little show is, between 20 and 30 minutes, but we want to get going. And you two have a day to finish. I've got a day to start. So I'm just going to jump right in and ask you, Olive, how long have you been an iridologist?
Well, okay. I have been practicing this skill, iridology, since 2007. So it should be about 15 years. Mm-hmm. Yep, 2007. But I only get certified by IIPA since 2017 when I met Chris. Mm-hmm. Yeah, excellent. So it has been about 15 years.
Excellent. Yeah. That's a good amount of time. That's a good amount of time.
Yes. Best timing.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. And I remember when I met Lynn, she was wanting to become an instructor, but we hadn't. She was also going to translate the exam, but she hadn't actually sat the exam. And Patty called me and said, "I don't think this lady has sat the exam yet." So literally, she came into where I was teaching in Malaysia, and she came and sat there for 4 hours, and she just hounded through the exam and got such a high marks. She's super smart.
I know she's smart.
Thank you.
I know she's smart.
Okay, Lynn, what inspired you to become an iridologist?
Wow. All right, so it's a long story, but that is a very, very important moment in my life. So before I was an iridologist, I was an engineer. I was an engineer in Singapore. So I decided, when I was an engineer, I was a bit, my life is very boring. So I joined a cancer society in Singapore where you do your volunteer works. You go there and read the books to the cancer patient. And our mission is to, to bring the patients to eat healthily or to live happily. This is my, my task. So, and this society, they are very cool. They always like to invite different people to come and have health sharing, especially the health profession or naturopath. So I enjoy because I always in contact with so many different people give fantastic idea about health. So one day they invited a professor from Taiwan. So this professor, you know, on the stage, he started to demonstrate what is iridology and how iridology, you know, tells about our bodies. So I was like, come on, I'm an engineer. This is not my way of science. Your body, you can tell body from your eyes. Can it be true? So I was like a little kid, you know, so amazed with his science, his skill. So I keep listening, and more, I realized that this is something that I want. It clicked to me, you know. So after the sharing, after the health seminar from this professor, so I decided, I told myself, I want to talk to him. But, you know, there are so many people around him. So I was like, I must get his number. So I went, approaches him. So I want to get his number. And then I don't get the number. I got someone's number. Someone, I don't know who is that. Okay, someone. So I try to text someone. I write, you know, by the time we don't have smartphone, we don't have WhatsApp, I can only SMS. So I SMS to this person. Okay, I said, I want to learn iridology. Can you teach me? Can you tell your professor? I want to learn from him. I want to know what is that. So I start to search online, what is iridology? So honestly, I don't get any reply in the 2 months or 3 months time. I can't remember, but it's quite long period of time. I don't get any reply. So I decided to text again, you know. So I SMS again and say, do you know, I want to learn, I'm Lynn, I'm from Malaysia, but actually I'm working in Singapore, but I really want to learn. If you tell me I can learn from you, I can go anywhere you are now, you know, but still no reply. So what do? I emailed. I found this professor's company. I know he has a company in Malaysia. So I decided to write him an email. So I wrote to him, dear blah, 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 I want to learn from you. Please teach me. 1 month later, I got a call. And it's a call from this professor's personal assistant, the PA. So he called me and said, oh, I heard that you want to learn iridology, but we don't teach at the moment. But if you are keen, we can meet up. So I met him. Guess what? He's Ocean Chua. Ocean.
Wow.
Okay. This is how we met. So he is my first iridology teacher. So I learned from him, not from the professor. Okay, I learned from him for a couple of years. And then I find it, whoa, you can't believe that. You know, I was an engineer, but at the end, I decided to quit my job. I want to be in naturopath with iridology and naturopath. So I started doing that in Malaysia. I quit my job in Singapore. I went back to Malaysia. I set up my own center. I do iridology and naturopath. But after a few years, I learned about IIPA, and I learned about, you know, you guys, I learned about Alan, Dr. Alan, I learned about Bernard Jensen. I said, oh, there are so many things that maybe I do not know. So I decided to buy the books from Alan. I saw online, IIPA online, the website, we can buy the book from the link. You know, I click and I buy the whole set. Okay, in my office, I start to read her book, all this and that, you know. So I was like, oh, all these years, what I learned is something is missing. I miss a system. I miss a system. I learned, yes, I use it, but I miss a system, a complete system where IIPA give me this complete system. So I learned more and more. I don't know why. I started to translate because for me it's easier to understand. I started to translate Ellen's book a little bit on the history, on what she's saying. I started to translate more and more to get myself, you know, the best image understanding. So I decided, why don't I go for the examination for the iridologist? So I sit for the exam, and I got a call. After the exam, I got a call from China. They asked me to teach. They asked me to teach iridology. So I was like, oh, everything comes at the same time. So I'm not an instructor. Then Chris come at the right time. so yeah, everything just click, click, click. So right time, I finished my exam and I finished my instructor. And Kathy, maybe you can remember, you are the one that interviewed me on Skype.
Yes. Yes, I do. I remember that.
Did you? Oh,
Yes.
okay, yeah. You interview me with another one. I'm not sure who is that, but I know it's you that interview me on Skype because, you know, to be an instructor, we need to have a live session to show how we present.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's you. So I was like so lucky that I passed the exam and I can be a certified iridologist and instructor. This is my journey to learn iridology. It was so amazing that I can't believe that I just quit my job for this. Yeah.
Well,
And,
we're so blessed to have you. I tell you, our life is richer because you're in it. Yeah. And that's wonderful.
I met Lynn and Ocean a few times and had beautiful meals. But one of my favorite times was when they took me to an organic durian farm. Have you ever eaten durian, Kathy?
No.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's so yummy. Sometimes people describe it as smelling like smelly socks, but it's actually quite yummy. And we had durian pizza. So this organic durian farm grew the durians and we had durian pizza with cheese on top. It was so delicious.
Oh, how nice.
You've got to try it one day.
Well, yeah. I'm coming someday. I'm coming over. And we're just going to, Chris, you and I are just going to travel. We're just going to travel.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Lynn, what is your favorite iris sign?
Okay, when I studied iridology, I always study from myself first. I mean, I study my own eyes. So with my own eye, I saw myself has a lot of, you know, stress rings or contraction furrows. I don't know why now I like to see more and more. I like to see the people. When I see the signs, I really focus on contraction furrows. That is so much related to the disease they have now, because the stress really triggers everything. Yeah, and sometimes you see this stress ring or contraction furrows. They are so many, so many levels. It's like recently I met a client. She came because she has breast cancer, and it's second time, she has the breast cancer. So she wonder why I eat so healthy and I already been taking care of myself, but I don't know why I have the cancer again. So when the first thing I saw her iris, and automatically, my instinct, I need to see her contraction furrows. There was so many lines that even occupied from the zone 3 until zone 7. I was like, come on, you've been stressing yourself. This is the triggers of your disease. So then when more and more I spoke to her, I realized that actually, I would say in Asian countries, many Asian, especially Chinese, we are born stressed. We are born stressed. This is how I see ourselves. This is really important for me, to focus on these issues. We are born stressed. Even now, many kids, they are born, and after a few years, when I can see their eyes, the kid, they are only 6, 7 years old, you already can see contraction furrows. Yeah. So, so this is the signs that I like to see. Now I focus more, I would say.
Yeah. Yep. They say that there's about 40% of kids these days are born with contraction furrows, apparently.
Right. Yeah. That is so beautiful that's one of your favorite signs to see, because I think for a lot of not instructors, but maybe just iridologists, when they see the stress rings, they're like, oh my gosh, what's this person going through? They think that they're really, really stressed, but that's a beautiful sign for you, and you welcome that. And that is gorgeous how you just envelop that, and I love how you just phrased that. That's just beautiful. I would love to see a presentation from you on contraction furrows.
Okay.
I would love that. That would be so right, Chris?
Yeah, and they're also called rings of determination.
Yes,
that's right. Like Lynn is one of the most determined people I know.
Yes,
yes, this
absolutely.
is why I have this. I have these contraction furrows a lot.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? We have a little segment that we call Inquiring Minds, and it's just a little Q&A, and we're going to ask you to pick a number between
Okay.
1 and 36.
Okay, I will pick 12.
Number 12. I'm going to get question number 12 for you.
Okay.
And let's just see what question number 12 says. Oh my goodness. Oh, this was long. This one's a long. Oh, well, this is right up your alley. This is right up your alley. Okay. My client has panic attacks and anxiety issues. She takes medication from her medical physician. I have made suggestions on taking natural products to help her, but she feels it would not be safe. In just simple conversation, she asked me to help, but she refuses to hear my advice because of fear.
Yeah.
Should I stop talking to her about this issue? I really want to help her. So it looks like we've got a woman that has panic attacks and anxiety. She's taking medicine and she is afraid to do anything natural. How would we help this woman?
All right. Usually for this type of scenario or this patient, they refuse to take, orally because they have panic. They are so afraid of the supplements or the herbs that we are going to give her. She will start to have a lot of fear, and the doctor might not be happy. All right. I would like to give essential oil. I will just tell her, yes. Instead of orally, you can use, breathing, breathe. And when you have this anxiety attack, you just put a little bit of essential oil, lavender, the most common one for stress. You smell it and then tell yourself, I always tell my client, whenever you feel panic, put your, pat your heart, talk to yourself, it's okay, it's okay. And then breathe deep in and out 10 times. Tell yourself, because I tell them when you were a baby, you cry. When you were scared or anything, you cry. And how your mother treated you, your mother will carry you in the arm and pat your butt, pat you as well. So you need to do the same thing and pat your heart. Tell yourself, yes, you are okay, you are okay. Then essential oil and just go in. That's it. Yeah, you don't need to use any supplements or any medicines, no. But when you are ready, when you trust me and when you feel more comfortable with me, I would like to suggest you some herbs like chamomile tea, if you don't mind. It's a tea, it's nothing else. Yeah. Or go further, we might need some magnesium, but you might feel uncomfortable. But at the moment, we do more on the, on the emotional, mentally part. Just tell yourself it's okay. Yep.
That's a beautiful answer. And
what a great answer.
It is, isn't that beautiful? Oh, I love that.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yes. This is how, because I really have a lot of these cases, especially, honestly, especially during this pandemic, this virus, so-called coronavirus. I'm so, I'm so jealous that in many other Western countries, you don't need mask anymore. You live without mask. But here, everybody still has big fear that without mask, they are going to die tomorrow. Yes, that is a very big fear, unhealthy fear among us. Yes. Yeah. So yeah, this is why I really see more and more these contraction funerals. It's getting more and more common in everybody. So I think we should do more on the mentally, emotionally side nowadays.
And fear is a killer.
Yes,
right.
It is a killer. It's a silent killer. Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
I would have suggested the essential oils as well. I would also probably suggest like another modality to help them relax, like foot reflexology, or even
yes.
massage therapy to ease their body. I always go for the essential oil, but I try to take it a step further with another modality to help a client. So
yeah. If they allow us to touch, yes.
Yeah. I was thinking of this like flower essences, but there's something they have to take as well. But also tapping. Tapping.
Yes.
Tapping, I think, would be really good.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Gosh, I think
into their body.
I think all three of us have some good ideas.
Yeah.
Maybe we ought to become iridologists and help people.
It's too early in the morning for you, Kathy.
I'm a little sassy in the morning sometimes, especially when I wake up.
Yeah.
Olive, this has been great. You have really, really given some great suggestions, and your story is just beautiful. It's just a beautiful story. I love it. I'm so glad you could join us and help us with iridology around the world, because that's what we want to do. We want to share everyone's story as much as we can and get it all around the world. So thank you so much for being a part of this broadcast.
Thank you so much, Olive.
Thank
you. And I really look forward to teaching together one day live.
Yes. I really look forward. That
it'll happen.
We can teach together. Yep.
And one day I'm going to come visit you as well.
Oh, please let me know.
I would love it. Okay.
Okay.
I wonder if she'll like durian. Let's see.
I'll give you the best.
Okay. Very good.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.